and make them count, you guys. Make them count. All right, so today we are talking, the topic is the kids are watching, and I'm looking at my laptop here because I have my notes. So now this is something that applies to people who marriages with children and anyone who's ever been a kid. So that's everybody. That's you. And the reason that I wanted to talk about this is because we spend a lot of time making sure that our kids are well dressed, that they are sending to school neatly done homework, that they're getting good grades, excuse me, that they're doing all of these things to be successful in life, right? That they are, being friends with the right kinds of kids, going to the right kinds of schools, reading the right kinds of books, all of those things. We try so hard as parents to make sure that our kids are getting the best of the best. But I think we sometimes forget that not only is our purpose as parents here on earth, not only is our purpose to provide a Christ-centered foundation for our children, but our purpose is to and also help them succeed in life, in wealth and all that kind of stuff. Yes, that's important also. But ultimately, we are here to help them succeed in love. That was God's commandment for us to love one another. And so if you're in a marriage, if we're in a marriage with children and we're not displaying love, we're not displaying a relationship between a husband and a wife where love is involved and exhibited and displayed, on a regular basis, we're not setting our children up for success in the areas of love, in the areas of marriage. We like to think that, we almost treat love and those aspects of a person's life as, something on the back burner. We don't really give it too much attention. When we're talking to our kids about life and about, how to succeed in life, very rarely does the conversation turn to making sure that you are loving each other, making sure that you are displaying love. It's rare that we talk to our kids about love and the importance of love. It just isn't something that our society is conditioned to do. And as Christians, we try, we think, well, we talk about Christ and we talk about, how it's important to be saved and how it's important to, do all of these things. But we forget that it's also really important to demonstrate and tell our children the importance of love. And because honestly, you guys, love, when you are demonstrating love in all of your actions, it makes life so much richer. It makes your job so much easier. It makes school so much easier, because your spirit is full of love, and the way that you receive certain conversations with other parties is through the lens of love, through your love lenses, So if children aren't witnessing love in their home, or if they're not witnessing love in their homes, they're going to go through life thinking that love looks like mom yelling at dad. Love looks like dad not coming home until 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. Love looks like me as a child waking up in the morning, making myself a bowl of Cheerios and waiting till 11, 12 o'clock for mom and dad to come downstairs and talk to me. All of these are love actions that we need to be mindful of in marriage and in our families, in our homes. And the earlier that we realize someone's watching, that kids are watching everything that we do, the earlier we're able to correct anything that we're not handling correctly or as God would have us handle. So, for example, a while back, my husband and I don't know if it was over dinner or in the car, but we had a differing of opinions on something, and it got to be very snappy. Our conversation became very snappy. Now, we don't curse or anything like that, but it was a snappy conversation. And the kids were wherever they were close by within ear range, and they were able to see and hear what was going on. And that evening, so my husband and I hashed things out that evening. And the following day, we hashed things out, but out of the view of our children, right? So the following day, I told the kids, I said, you guys, yesterday Mommy and Daddy had a difference of opinion, and Daddy felt one way about something and Mommy felt very strongly the other way. We talked about it, and we're fine and things are good. But I want to apologize to you guys, because that isn't, we don't want you to feel like Mommy and Daddy are upset at each other, because we're not. We love each other very much. And so I was just talking to them a little bit about how we did have a difference of opinion, and we talked to each other in a way that probably was not best, but that we love each other, that we apologize to each other, and that we mended the situation. So they're not thinking, well, are Mommy and Daddy still mad at each other? Or Mommy and Daddy? And when kids get to school, they have all kinds of conversations, and they're talking about God knows what. And, next thing you know, they come home and think you're getting a divorce, So, and I know there was another situation too, where he and I had a difference of opinion, and it was minutes after where I said, we apologized to each other in front of our kids. We said, oh, I don't even remember what it was. It was something trivial. But we apologized to each other, and kind of just let it be in front of the kids, so they were able to see how we resolved the situation in a loving way. So it's just really important as parents that we model love for our kids, because they do everything we do. They say the things that we say, and they're our little, mini-me's, they want to be like us. So when we're doing things that aren't godly, when we're doing things and saying things that don't show love, we can't be surprised when they turn around and do those same things. How unfortunate would it be for our children to end up in one bad relationship after another, all because of the dysfunctional marriage that they grew up watching? How unfortunate would that be, right? I mean, to have to admit to yourself that your children are in these series of one bad relationship after another bad relationship because of what they witnessed at home, because of your own fault. So we need to get our minds right as parents, as husbands and wives, and make sure that we are on our job and showing love, because like I said, our greatest role, our greatest job is to help our children succeed in love. God commanded us to love. So that's one of our biggest jobs, is to help our kids to succeed in love. So that's what I have for you today, you guys. Like I told you, I'm on the clock. So thanks for joining. Again, if you would like to email me your questions about dating, relationships, marriage, etc., I'm available. If you don't know, I'm also married to the executive pastor of our church. So, there are I have a perspective that you may not find, very commonly elsewhere. But if you are in the same role where you're married to someone in the ministry, and you're living kind of like in the fishbowl sort of situation, because everybody's watching you, everybody's looking at everything that you do and say, you can email me at Leslie@fashiondujourdaily.com. Thank you, Nika. Or you can tweet me too. If you're bold and brave enough to share your question through Twitter, you can tweet me. And the number is, or the hashtag, just do hashtag Dear Leslie, kind of like Dear Abby, but Dear Leslie. All right. So I pray that you all have a successful day 3 of the challenge, and you're giving hugs here and giving hugs there. I hope to be here Friday. I'm not sure if I will be, but hopefully I will be. And just remember to pray before you put your actions into motion with your 14-day challenge. All right. Okay. I will see you here tomorrow. Take care, you guys. Bye-bye.